We're here to announce the introduction of the Life Protection Act, which is House Bill 1029. We are blessed to live in a state like Tennessee that has a proud history of protecting women and the unborn. States like New York and Virginia are working to strip any limit to abortion, even in the third trimester. The Life Protection Act will ensure Tennessee remains a national leader in preserving and strengthening protections for our unborn and the women of our state. This legislation would take effect upon reversal of Roe v. Wade, should that happen by the U.S. Supreme Court. In this event, the Life Protection Act would restore constitutional protections for our unborn and for the women of Tennessee. We want to be in a position to strengthen these protections because we are a strong pro-life state, and we must continue to be a voice for the voiceless.
Thank you, Susan, for leading us off on this. Good morning, and thank you again for coming. I'm Dolores Gresham. I represent District 26 in the Tennessee Senate, and that's Haywood, Fayette, Hardeman, Chester, McNary, Hardin, Decatur, and Henderson. Now, truly, my husband says it sounds like a tornado warning, but I'm sure he's just kidding. He calls me the tornado. But we were just reminiscing here out in the hall how Representative Lynn and I came in as freshmen together and have been working on these issues all this time. And I can tell you I'm very proud to be the Senate sponsor for this bill, and we look forward to the debate that will come forward. In my district is pro-life. My district is very, very concerned about protecting the unborn. And they knew where I stood when I ran for the Senate. And I have a feeling that is exactly why I was elected. So it'll be a great pleasure to work with Representative Lynn on this bill. As I say, we've been doing this for several years. And what it will do, as she already explained, is it will restore the pre-Roe versus Wade Tennessee law that made the exception for the life of the mother. So we'll be working on this bill in the coming weeks and are prepared for its great success. Thank you again for coming.
So with that, we'll just open up the floor to questions.
Any questions?
Have you all introduced this before?
No. First time.
I mean, how likely do you feel that Roe v. Wade is going to be overturned?
Well,
year or next?
I would say we're closer than ever. I mean, I can't possibly know, but I'd say we're probably closer than ever.
Why do you feel that way?
Just because of the direction our country is going. By electing a president, Donald Trump, who is appointing good constitutional judges, we feel like it's going in the right direction to protect life.
Why introduce this legislation now when Roe v. Wade hasn't actually been brought to the table yet with the Supreme Court?
Well, I'll tell you, I think this bill gives hope to Tennesseans. Tennessee is a pro-life state. I know my district is extremely pro-life, and one of the things my district has sent me here to do is to defend life, and they're constantly asking me, when are we going to make more progress? When are we going to? And this bill here is progress.
Can you explain how the bill works? I mean, it would basically implement this law. We would have a law on the books.
We would have a law on the books, and the trigger would be the overturning of Roe v. Wade.
How many other states have done something like this?
Quite a few. I have some.
I think
Numbers
Missouri,
here.
Louisiana, North
Thank you,
Dakota,
yeah.
South Dakota. There are about 6 or 7 states that are doing this as well.
Right. Exactly.
And it's important to note what we're trying to do is get ahead of this. So much of the action that we take in the legislature is so reactive, and we want to be proactive. That's who we are as Tennesseans. So we want to be proactive so that when and if Roe versus Wade is overturned, we will be ready to protect the unborn children and mothers in Tennessee. So that's what we're headed for.
You said that other states are working on this, but no other state has passed a similar bill. Is that correct?
It is my understanding that those other states that I mentioned are working on similar legislation. I do not know that any of them have been successful in the legislature, in the legislative process, But I do know that they're working on the language, and they're watching Tennessee to see what we do.
Have they brought it up before in previous years? Has this come
I
up
have
at all?
not paid attention to that. I don't know.
No.
I don't know. But it's Louisiana, Missouri, North and South Carolina, Arkansas, Kentucky, and are all working on similar legislation right now.
How would it work if the court issued some sort of narrow decision that overturned only part of Roe v. Wade? What would
Right.
trigger?
It's in whole or in part, so if it was part, we would then take a good look at that. We could always come back for a special session, but we're hoping that this legislation would be enough. So the Tennesseans, this is about Tennessee making our own decisions and not the federal government making decision for us on abortion in Tennessee. The Tennesseans should make that decision.
Are you still hopeful of the court's direction in light of the 5-4 Louisiana ruling where Justice Roberts sided with the more liberal justices?
I am still hopeful. I am always hopeful.
What do you say to Tennesseans who may disagree with you on this? I mean, that constitutional amendment,
Amendment
I
one.
mean, it passed with
Yeah.
like 53%. That's not it's a majority, but it's not like a supermajority or anything like that.
You know, I'm a representative of the people. They know my stand when I run for election. Trust me, everybody didn't vote for me. Not everybody voted for me, but the people who did vote for me, they sent me here with a message.
And that was a majority.
And that was a majority.
Where does Tennessee Right to Life come down on this? I know they're opposed to the fetal heartbeat bill that Van Huss has been carrying because they're concerned about, whether they want to put that much energy and time and money into something that's probably going to be unconstitutional.
We actually have someone here from Tennessee Right to Life today to talk about that.
And I'm
So
Will
Will?
Brewer. I'm the legislative liaison for Tennessee Right to Life. We are in strong support of this
You
bill.
go up to the microphone.
Yeah.
I'm sure. There you go.
We are in strong support of this bill. We feel like it can be upheld in courts because it doesn't take effect until the Supreme Court's made a ruling. So unlike other bills that have been proposed that tend to challenge current law, this would only take effect on a future conditional initiative. And I'll also make the point, Louisiana, North Dakota, South Dakota, and one other state have already passed this type of legislation.
And has it been signed?
Yeah, 4 states currently have this law in their books.
This,
They did it in the last several years.
In
That-
which states again? It was-
North Dakota, South Dakota, Louisiana,
Missouri.
and Mississippi.
And Chris, if you need exact dates, we can get this way.
Is Tennessee Right to Life against the Van Huss bill, the heartbeat bill then?
We're not here to talk about that today. We're just here to talk about our strong support of this bill.
you think that there might be total Republican support of this bill?
In this legislature, absolutely.
Everybody voting for it? Every Republican?
I'll let the members speak to that.
I have to say, colleagues keep walking in the door. Chairman Gant is here. Colleagues keep walking in the door. And I'm telling you, any one of us might have sponsored this legislation. I feel very blessed to be the sponsor of this legislation with Representative Gresham, or Senator Gresham. But I'm telling you, we are a very pro-life General Assembly, and our support and love of life could not be stronger. It's been strong for years, and it couldn't be stronger than it is today.
Are you making a prediction then that every Republican in the Tennessee legislature?
Sure, we're hopeful. we're certainly hopeful. And there, can I say something? There will be Democrats voting for this legislation. There will.
Let's take 2 more.
There will.
Joe and Lynn, can you speak to what the state's role will or won't be in helping women, if this does become law, who otherwise would be getting an abortion? Are you interested in any kind of legislation to make childcare more affordable, the cost for births?
Yeah. Well, listen, we are always interested in helping women who choose to keep their baby. And we have a lot of help for women who choose to keep their baby. And personally, as an individual, I donate money every single month to organizations that help women to choose to keep their baby. There's nothing bigger on my heart.
Would you ever be interested in introducing legislation to increase the state's role in those areas?
Absolutely, absolutely. And as chairman of finance, I might have a little bit of influence in making that happen.
Sure, yeah, a little bit. What do you think some of those changes could be to the law to help those women?
We're willing to look at any proposals. I'll tell you, I am very much a strong advocate of all of the ACEs work that is going on now, and I keep telling everybody who's working on ACEs, you need help, you got ideas, you need help, you come to me. Right now, they feel really well equipped to do the work that they're doing. And as soon as they come and they need something, they've got a strong advocate in me.
What is it, pardon my ignorance, what is
ACEs? Adverse childhood experiences. Adverse childhood experiences.
Any more questions about this legislation? Okay, thank you all very much for coming today.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate it.